Coming up tonight on YCN News, it's the 70th anniversary of D-Day when Allied forces launched a mission to turn the tide in World War II. King Arthur Flowers CEO Steve Voigt prepares to retire. And the Lebanon, New Hampshire School District searches for a new superintendent, high school principal, and district finance chief. For more news, weather, and sports, it's time for YCN, your local view.
Now, your daily digest of the Dartmouth Lake Sunapee region, southern Vermont, and Windsor County. News, sports, weather, and all that is happening in our area. The news on YCN, your local view.
Good evening, and welcome to this Friday edition of YCN News. I'm Rose Spillman. It's the 70th anniversary of D-Day, the date when Allied forces launched a mission that would turn the tide of the war in Western Europe. Politicians across New Hampshire are remembering the date, which culminated 11 months later in the unconditional surrender by the German military to Allied forces. From Governor Maggie Hassan to U.S. Senators Kelly Ayotte and Jeanne Shaheen and Congresswoman Ann McLean Custer, praises for the sacrifices made by World War II veterans are plentiful. Domestic violence knows no bounds, nationally and locally. Yet its effects linger for the families grieving the loss of a loved one killed by a spouse or partner. A walkathon this weekend in the Upper Valley will honor the life of one such woman, Natalie LaFlamme Perillo. Erin McClory explains.
The third annual Walkathon Against Domestic Violence in memory of Natalie Perillo is this Saturday at Lebanon High School. I sat down with Nan Parsons, the principal of Lebanon High School, and Kirsha Fry-Matty, the Advanced Council Advisor, to talk about why the walk means so much.
Natalie taught here at Lebanon High School, and she was a business and technology teacher. She also taught along with me at Kane Elementary School, so I knew her for a very long time. And she was just a passionate teacher, really focused on all students being successful. Many kids found her to be an accessible teacher as well. And so it came as a shock to everyone when Natalie died. And so we want to continue that memory that there's this amazing person who is hurting, that many of us didn't know about it. And, how can we help that from not happening again to another woman? So we're really clear that, not in our house, as the lacrosse team calls it, and soccer team, that we want to make sure that we are supporting all women against domestic violence and making a clear stance that this is not going to happen again.
So at the event, we'll have a yard sale that Ms. Parsons is running. That money will also go to the scholarship fund. We'll have some free food that's being donated by the district. There's a $7 pre-registration fee, and there's a $10 a day of event registration fee. Checks can be made out to Lebanon High School. And people can just walk as much or as little as they want to. We just really want to support the cause and show that the community is involved and that we're keeping Natalie's memory alive.
So the day it's not a day of sadness, it's a day of celebration. So many of Natalie's friends will dress alike, and they'll come with, same earrings and same necklaces and same sneakers. And kids join us, and babies on backpacks are there with us, and strollers and bicycles. So it's not only a time to make a stance against domestic violence, but it's also to celebrate Natalie Perillo's life in a very positive way. So it's fun. There's a barbecue, and there's a yard sale, and there's live bands playing, and just the community will drop by. Even people who didn't know about it will see it on the track and just come and join us. So I hope you'll come and join us.
The third annual Walkathon Against Domestic Violence in memory of Natalie Perillo is this Saturday from 11 to 2 at the Lebanon High School track. Everyone is welcome to walk and stop by to the yard sale. With YCN News, I'm Erin McClory.
If you would like to walk to support this fund, participants can register on Saturday at the high school. The school is located at 195 Hanover Street. Change also is occurring in business circles in the Upper Valley. It will be a 4-member management team that takes over the reins for King Arthur Flowers' longtime leader, Steve Voigt. CEO Voigt is retiring after being with King Arthur since the late 1990s. One person who will manage and shepherd the company's continued growth is Ralph Carlton. Carlton will oversee internet technology and be the firm's chief financial officer. Carlton tells us more about the change at the top and what it might mean for customers.
Products and services will go on just as they always have. The new team is actually the old team. The four of us who are leading have led the companies collectively over 40 years, and we're proud of what we've done and will continue going forward. Our ownership by our employees is an absolutely critical element of why this company has been successful. Since employees have owned the company for approximately 15 years, it creates a level of involvement and dedication that really drives everything we do and is at the center of our success. When we made the announcement last week, our first priority was speaking to our employees, and we've met multiple times with all our employees, making sure that they understand the transition and are fully supportive of what's going on. We also, at the same time, contacted the broader community that we work with, our customers, our suppliers, our vendors, and other people, and made sure that they, again, understood the transition. And those discussions have gone very well.
King Arthur Flour is known for its strong community support. That will continue. Welcome back to YCN News. I'm Rose Spillman. A fire that drove 2 residents from an apartment in southern Vermont early yesterday morning is being ruled as arson. Detectives continue to study the building at 322 Old Route 8 in Jamaica, Vermont. About an hour after midnight, the building's tenant, Samira Florence, and a friend were able to escape the burning building. Both people climbed out of a second-story window and called for help. When firefighters arrived, the building's garage and a nearby parked car were fully engulfed. Flames were quickly spreading to the building's interior. Firefighters kept the blaze from engulfing nearby homes. Damages are estimated to be approximately $150,000, Vermont State Police say. No one was injured. The building's owner is Lorenzo D. Koenig, report police. He also lives in Jamaica. The Jamaica Fire Department notified state police and state fire inspectors to begin an origin and cause investigation. From that, the fire has been determined to have been deliberately set. Anyone with information about the fire is asked to call the arson tip line at 1-800-32-ARSON or the Vermont State Police at 802-875-2112. There was up to a $5,000 reward for information resulting in an arrest. As the Lebanon, New Hampshire School District searches for a new superintendent, it also will need to find and hire a new high school principal and district finance chief. Principal Nan Parsons and School Business District Administrator Jim Finn made known their wish to step down from those posts during the Lebanon School Board's Wednesday night meeting, the Valley News reports. School Board Chairman Jeff Peavy said the resignations came as a shock and surprise to him and the board. Superintendent Gail Paludi announced her intent to resign in April, not long after the district's school budget was set for the 2014-15 school year. That budget is near $40 million. Parsons will leave June 30th. She will become the new associate director of the Lebanon-based Upper Valley Educators Institute, the paper reports. There, she will teach aspiring school principals how to lead. Finn plans to take a job in the private sector. 2 committees will be formed to find Parsons and Finn's replacement. The search for a new superintendent also continues. Welcome back to YCN News. I'm Rose Spillman. Now Matt McDonald will have a look at our weather for the next few days and then move on to high school sports.
Thanks, Rose. Tonight we'll have mostly clear skies with calm winds and a low of 51 degrees. Tomorrow will be sunny with winds ranging between 5 and 10 miles per hour. Highs will be up in the 80s. Saturday night we'll have mostly clear skies with lows in the 50s and winds around 5 miles per hour. Sunday will be sunny with a high of 83 degrees and winds will be calm. Sunday night will be partly cloudy with a low of 57 degrees. As you can see on our northeastern map, we are in the clear from storms this weekend. The storm surge coming from the west is expected to affect us on Monday and Tuesday. As we expand the view, you can see the approaching storm in the west and nothing behind it. We are predicting partly cloudy to sunny skies on Wednesday and Thursday. Now let's see what's coming up on our community calendar. Tomorrow at 9 a.m., Cornish, New Hampshire and Norwich, Vermont will hold farmers markets. In Woodstock, Vermont, Mount Tom's Farmers Market will be held at 9:30 a.m. Remember, you can submit local events from your community by sending them to news@ycnnow.com. And now turning to high school sports, we have some tournament results. In boys baseball, the Lebanon Raiders battled it out with Thomas Aquinas School. Lebanon just edged past them in a 6-5 win. This moves them up in Baseball Division II tournament. Sunapee succeeded in moving up in the ranks as well in the Division IV baseball tournament. They played against Newt yesterday. Sunapee dominated them with a final score of 9-1. In girls softball, Newport and Stevens fought in a very close game. The final score was 7-6 Newport. Turning to a boys lacrosse game, which is also our YCN game of the week, we saw Hanover and Nashua North face off. The game was part of the Division I quarterfinals. Here we see Hanover senior number 33 who scored the final goal of the game. In the end, the Hanover Marauders won the game 14-6. Hanover will play next against Bishop Girton School on Sunday at Bedford High School. Be sure to attend this anticipated game.